my name is Kaylyn. If you are new to my channel, I'm so glad you're here. So my story is about being homeless with my husband and my baby. And no, we were never actually homeless, but we were without a home for a while, and it was by our choice, and it was very crazy, but at the same time, God's peace was around the situation, and He provided in so many amazing ways, and I'm glad to say that we now have another home. But if you are interested, keep watching, and I'm going to tell you the story. And I am going to be making more videos now that we have actually settled into a place of our own. And here we go. Okay, so my husband and I had been in one location for a year. Our lease was coming to an end, and we had decided we want to move closer to where I was from and where he was familiar with, and we are in Southern California. So we wanted to move closer to the beach, and that is where we have a lot of friends, family, community. The area that we wanted to move to has very, very limited availability. It's absolutely crazy, probably unlike many other places. And it's a smaller area too, so there would literally be 3, 4, 2 bedrooms on Craigslist for months, just the same ones, and just such limited selection. The prices are outrageous, but we had our heart set on it, and we knew that God would open the right door for us. Through a connection, a friend from back in high school, a certain place was going to open up that we had our sights set on. We were dreaming about. We wanted it so badly. We just thought it would fit our family so perfectly. We have been in a 1-bedroom, and it was a nice big 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath, a few blocks away from the beach, and we really were excited about it. And it's kind of a complicated story, but they were supposed to be moving out in the middle of August, and we had talked to the realtor. We'd, told her about us, and there was a good chance it was going to work out, and we were just hoping that it would work out. So our lease was ending in the beginning of August, and we had decided, okay, we really want this place, and it's kind of a complicated situation, so I won't bog you down with the details. But what everything was contingent upon was something happening for the owners so that they could move out of the place. What happened was we had moved out, turned in our keys from our old place, packed everything up, stored it in a friend's garage before we actually knew where we were going, or before we actually knew that the place was available. And some may say that's totally crazy. Why would you do that? That's so dumb. But we just felt like taking a risk. We felt like taking a chance and just kind of seeing what would happen, because we wanted that place, and we were just hoping that God would open that door. And obviously we knew it could not work out. I mean, obviously. This is certainly not something most people would do. Most people would say that's really unwise. Why didn't you have a backup plan? My personality is that I had kind of come to a point where I was doing the same thing every day with my daughter. I was doing, from the laundry, the dishes, the diapers. If you are a mom, especially a new mom, you know how monotonous it is if you're a stay-at-home mom. And the routine can feel stifling, especially, because you're not used to that. It's something totally new. And just the idea of just moving and not knowing what would happen and the adventure of it really enticed me, even though it sounds crazy, especially to do that with a baby. But we had agreed that we wanted to take a chance, and the worst that would happen was we had some money saved, and we just decided to go for it. We didn't really have family in the area that could take us in at the time due to certain circumstances, but we just trusted that if it didn't work out, God would open other doors and we'd find another place. So our good friends who are family with 2 kids, they opened up their house to us so we could house it, and that would be for 2 weeks or so. So we were hoping that it would all work out and we could house it and then move into our next place. It was stressful. I mean, you feel ungrounded. To not know where you're going is really, really hard, and to not have something set in stone is really, really challenging. But I really long to find that stability in God, because I feel like, especially being a stay-at-home mom and someone who spends a lot of time in the house and taking care of household things, it's really easy to find your identity in that, to find your identity in where you live or caring for your house or just those things. And if you're not in the role that I am in or have never been, you may not understand, but it's just like whatever you spend your time doing, you tend to value that and hold on to it, to want to prove yourself through it. And I was just excited that if God didn't open up that door for that other place, that he would help me put my trust and stability in him. And I think life in general, you know, as life comes up, that's a good thing to be working towards, right? To just realize that God is enough. Even though it seemed very uncertain to step out like this and just, you know, take a leap when there really wasn't a door or a net to catch me or to catch us, I wanted that. I wanted the adventure. I wanted to feel completely content not knowing where we were going to go next or knowing for sure if this place would open. And it was scary, but my soul was really longing for it and hungry for it. And I don't know if you can relate to this in any way, in any aspect of your life, but I just wanted that freedom that was tied to that sort of thing. So letting go of that, literally not having a home, it definitely helped us get there. And I'm trying to decide how much I should share, but long story short, that place did not open up. And we had halfway been looking at other places, but we didn't really look until we knew that door was closed. And I really had trust in God that he would open a place. I don't even know if I can remember it all, but God opened so many amazing doors for us house sitting at these beautiful homes and just friends and family, just all these, not random people, but Alex's friends from college, and let us house sit for 2 weeks. And it worked out perfectly because they needed someone to watch their dog. And we got to go hang out with Alex's family. Alex is my husband, which we never really got the time to do because we were so tied to our schedule and paying rent and all these things. So it was so freeing to go spend time with his family, and I got to develop my relationships with them more because even though they live in Northern California, but I didn't get to hang out with them a lot. So to spend that time up there being free, and they got to be with their granddaughter, it was so fun and special, and we wouldn't have had the opportunity before. I had a lot of fear, you know, is this going to be bad for our daughter going from place to place or not knowing what's next? And one thing I really realized in this past month or two is that my daughter is flexible. You know, she's a baby. She can adapt to a lot of circumstances, but she does feed off of my emotions and my emotional state and the different environments that we were in. And luckily, they were great families we were with, or there was no family there, and we were just house sitting for them. That was really freeing to know that we could move from place to place. I made the best effort to spend attention on her so she would have that security, but she was totally at peace doing her bedtime routine at one place one night and another place the next week. And while that was exhausting on me, that was really cool, and that was a good lesson about our kids being flexible. I really had to learn to kind of just let go of control. Being in such an unstable situation, a lot is out of your control, and that has been really big for me, to not feel like I need to control everything. Lots of people were traveling because it was summer, but we never really had a long-term plan because we had hoped to find a place. So all the while we were looking, but we didn't want to force anything that didn't feel right or apply for a place that wouldn't meet our family's needs, because we wouldn't want to go through this and move, you know, a month or 2 months down the line and realize, why did we settle for this? So it was this hard balance of being realistic but also holding on to what we wanted and trusting that God would open those doors. And that was kind of a tricky thing for us to navigate. We learned a lot about being in union and the importance of having agreement on our desires and agreement on what we were pursuing, what we were willing to risk, how long we were willing to do this for. And that time definitely challenged us in our marriage. And I feel so strong now that we have come through it. But moving, they say, is one of the most stressful things you can do. And we literally moved between 5 places, and then we had 2 nights where we just went to different places and stayed in hotels. You know, it was really fun, actually. We got to it was so freeing to not pay rent. I mean, life's actually more expensive when you don't have a home of your own, but it was just freeing to feel like we could go anywhere, we could do anything. But at the same time, it's so nice, especially having a child, to have a home now, because that was really challenging. Just adapting to different environments and giving her what she needed there. It's just hard, you know, to pack stuff up and to pack up with a baby and, you know, food and all these things, cooking. it was just a big challenge. One other thing that it's taught me is to be more open-handed with my stuff. I feel like it's really easy for me to want to hold on to things as my own, but this has taught me so much more about hospitality, and I feel so much more free living here. I feel like anyone could come stay with us, and I would want to offer what God has given us in this home to anyone, because we know what it's like to not have that. And I'm so grateful to everyone who let us come into their home and house sit for them or stay with them. And now we are in our new place. We've been here for a couple weeks, and it's taken a while to get settled in, but it is happening. And it's not the place we initially wanted, but we really love it, and we feel like it's a better fit for us. We are so excited. Yeah, that's my story. So we were homeless for 40 days, which is funny because it's totally a biblical number. We did not do that on purpose. And obviously it was our choice, but God provided so many places for us to stay, and it's been really humbling and really empowering at the same time, knowing what we're capable of and knowing that God can be our peace and our security even when things are so crazy. We stayed in 5 different places, and packing up that many times, not knowing. I'm sure some people thought we were crazy and totally unwise, but at the same time, we put so much value on that security and having a home, and the journey was so worth it, and it's so freeing, and I feel like it's so good to get out of your comfort zone and challenge yourself. We learned so much. I would never take any of it back. I would never have not taken that leap, and I would do it again. I think we would do things a little bit differently because that's how life goes and you learn. I really can't wait to get back to filming videos. I'm so excited, and just as life kind of balances out, I can't wait to share content with you that will inspire you, that will be meaningful to you, and that will add value to your life. Please subscribe if you are new, if this is the first time you're watching my video. I would love to share more with you and share my life with you. And thank you again. My name is Kaylyn, and like this video, comment down below if you have a similar experience or if you have any questions, and I will respond to you. I will see you in my next